Yo, what's up? Today I'll be picking out the weirdest bosses from each Souls game. Now by weird, I'm not picking them based on looks, cause come on, let's be honest, a lot of these motherfuckers are weird as hell from each of the games. So by weird, I'm talking about gameplay wise, like they don't follow the same rules as many other bosses, like whether they barely fight back, there's a puzzle to be solved while fighting them, or some other shit. We're just talking about the fucking weirdos, so yeah, enough yapping and let's get started. And from Demon Souls we have the Dragon God. Now there are some other bosses in this game that could be considered weird as hell from a gameplay perspective, such as the Storm King and the Old Monk, but for some reason Dragon God takes the win for being absolutely weird based on how easy he was and the fact that it's more of a stealth boss. Also, you gotta, shoot him 2 times with these big ass ballistas. Are those ballistas? Whatever. And just attack his chin afterwards. It's just weird. It's just a weird fight in general. From Dark Souls 1 we have the Bed of Chaos, one of the most infamous fights in the entire series. FromSoft usually cooks, but what the fuck were they making in the kitchen with this fuck ass boss? Okay, all complaints aside, from a gameplay perspective, this boss is really on the weird side. First of all, the arena is crumbling, so you have to maneuver around and hit its 3 cores or whatever the hell they are. There's one on the far right, the far left, and the final one is in the center. And you have to maneuver over to these cores without getting swept off the ground by these things big ass hands. So yeah, it's a weird fight. From Dark Souls 2 we have the Chariot boss. To be honest, it was either between this or these bitch ass rats. But since the rats still follow the same rules as a basic boss, I chose this one instead. The Chariot made it here because of the first phase. You can't actually attack it, so you'll have to run around and kill enemies, pull a lever, while also occasionally having to hide from the chariot when it approaches you. After this, the chariot crashes and it becomes a regular boss fight from here on out. So yeah, this one was mostly weird due to its first phase. From Dark Souls 3 we have Ancient Wyvern. What's crazy is that Dark Souls 3 doesn't really have a lot of weird bosses, but you can tell that FromSoft was just itching to throw one in there, and for that we got the Ancient Wyvern. The Ancient Wyvern boss fight revolves around you getting through a small part of the level, which is technically his boss room, and reach the high point so you can plunge attack his head and kill him. Yeah, that's the fight. Nothing more after that. Kinda disappointing, but also really funny for some reason, especially since if you try to fight him head on, he doesn't take a lot of damage, but for some reason hitting the top of his head just insta-kills him. The weirdest boss from Bloodborne is Mikolash. I mean, you have to chase him around a certain way so you can go inside a room where you fight him for a while and then vanishes. Then you have to strategically chase him again so he can lead you to another room and then you fight him for reals. He's just a fucking weirdo, bro. From Sekiro we have the Mist Noble. Not the weirdest, but you can tell this was another joke fight from Software. Bro, saying this shit is so weird. From Software. Okay, whatever. I mean, bro doesn't even fight back. He just sits there and take a beating. What's even funnier is the fact that this fight can be done in less than a minute or even 30 seconds. And finally we have Elden Ring. And the weirdest boss from that game has to be Patches. He's one of, if not the only boss from the entire Soulsborne games that gives up mid-fight and begs for his life. Patches is such a fucking troll. Like, bro was talking all that shit just to get humiliated, but I didn't kill him though, cause it's Patches. Like, why would I kill him? I mean, he only tried to kill me like countless times by pushing me in traps and shit, but I'll let it slide. So yeah, Patches is fucking weird and just a weird guy in general, and from a gameplay like boss perspective. So yeah, those were the weirdest bosses from each Souls game. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like. If you didn't, well, I mean, just do what you want to do, bro. Leave a comment, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, hope y'all have a good day, and that's it.